Hello, dear friends. Today is the day. It is the relaunch of the Essential Oils Revolution podcast. The transformation has begun. I had mentioned in a previous video that I would be taking over as host for the Essential Oils Revolution podcast, which is the top aromatherapy podcast to date. And to start us off, we have the incredible Jade Shutes, who is going to discuss the evolution of aromatherapy from massage to self-care. I could not think of a more appropriate and perfect person to start us off in this relaunch. Jade has knowledge of essential oils, education, and experience that is truly awe-inspiring. She is the past president and one of the founding members of the National Association for Holistic Aromatherapy. She even helped establish the clinical guidelines for certification in aromatherapy. She's an author, a researcher, an herbalist, and she's the founder of the School of Aromatic Studies. She has an extensive blog. She provides a lot of information on her website. And in this discussion on the podcast, we dive deep into how Jade's views of the models of aromatherapy from the English method to the French method, and how that she believes that we're going to have this merger from this more English model of external applications and massage and relaxation and into this more French, more heavy-handed applications that also does internal use or oral use of essential oils, that those two are going to merge into this balance of safe use of internal and external applications of essential oils. So it is a wonderful discussion. We get into all kinds of amazing topics with Jade's expertise, the fact that she studied with some of the most amazing names in aromatherapy, her name being one of them. And we discuss what it was like in the early days when she first learned aromatherapy, how aromatherapy world has changed throughout the years, why internal use of essential oils is so controversial, and this is such a hot topic. We go into like quality concerns, different schools of thought of aromatherapy, labeling laws for cosmetics versus dietary use of certain supplements, and the FDA's GRAS are generally recognized as safe status of using essential oils for flavoring, and how all of that is mingled into these different viewpoints of why someone should or shouldn't ingest essential oils. That being said, if you are even considering it, make sure you have a good quality essential oil and you know what you're doing. We also discussed the ability of essential oils to balance stress and emotion. And we got into what makes Jade so passionate about teaching essential oils. As mentioned, she helps set the standards for certification, and she wants to remove this fear of their use and give more of a balanced perspective to empower other people. She also discusses her favorite DIY, so we will still be discussing DIY recipes, do-it-yourself recipes for essential oils. That included a fur oil roll-on and her discussion on personal inhalers. And then the closing questions that I always ask. The questions that I always ask are, what does the person do for self-care, one or two things every day? And then also, what do they think we should ditch and replace with instead to be healthier or to be more nourishing? So you definitely don't want to miss this episode. Again, it's the first relaunch since I believe the last episode was released in July. So there's been a bit of a break with the archives as we've been changing of the guards or switching hosts and producers. So now we begin our journey, and I have this episode with an amazing interview and so many more lined up for you. I can't wait for you to listen. Go ahead and click to get the full episode. I also have links to the show notes and then links to my blog, which kind of provides additional resources and references that were reviewed on the show. So let me know what you think. Provide for feedback in the video description in the comments, and I will definitely view them all. If you have any ideas or any future guests that you want to see on the show, be sure to also let me know. And I will be back with you with another episode in pretty much before the blink of an eye by next week. Talk to you soon.